As you can see in the CapCut, I have added a black screen and also I have added some overlay in a stack format. The reason behind adding these overlay like this is to add multiple transitions. So let me show you that how I've added it. As you can see in this overlay, I have like a beat over here, and I have added that overlay over here, and also I have beat at the starting where we will get the transitions, and we have to left a little bit part so we can like move the image in whatever transition split transition we want. Okay, after adjusting all of your clips or overlays, what you have to do, make sure that your beats are also correct and accurate, on which you have to add this split transition. So let's move towards it. And the overlay, click on the overlay, make sure it's on the beat and split out it. Then go and click on the split part, go to the mask, and over here first we will make the triangle transitions over here, triangle split transition, whatever you call it. Then we'll set the size of the rectangle mask over here, and also we will rotate it up to 44 or 45 degree depending on you, but make sure that it should create a triangle. Then we will go to the position of it and we'll set the x-axis to 999. As you can see, now we have a little bit of triangle type shape, but we can also adjust it by the size and rotation of it. After you're satisfied by this, what you have to make a duplicate copy of this and adjust it just right under it. After adjusting right under it, what we will do, we will go to the mask and we will click on the invert option so we can get the extra part. Now we have to add feather. I just forgot to add that, so we will again go back to the mask, go to adjustment, go to feather, and just add one feather. Do the same for the next one. Go to the adjustment of mask and add one feather in it. After adjusting this, add a keyframe at the ending like this, and add a keyframe at the starting. Then drag it to the right side so we can get the movement of it. Then do the same for this one. Add a keyframe at the ending, add a keyframe at the starting, and drag it to left side. So we can see we are getting that triangle split transition over here. Then we will add graph. The graph will be ease out 2. Add ease out 2 graph in both of them. After adding the graph, you can also add like what we can say aura type thing. So for that, we make sure you make copies of both of them, one copy of both, and drag it just right under it. Now leave those copies, come to this one, go to the starting or go to the ending, then go to the mask over here. At the mask, go to adjustment and set the feather up to 5, and also at the starting set the feather up to 5. Do the same for the next overlay. Set the feather at the starting up to 5, and at the ending feather will be 5. After completing this, we have to also adjust it. So click on the overlay, go to adjustment, go to the graph and set the white graph like this so we can get that black effect. But if you want it to be more white, you can also adjust the graph according to your need. So after adding this, we will get like what we can say a black type aura behind of these transactions. And after adjusting these overlays, we'll come to the main clip. We will add a keyframe at the starting and we will add a keyframe at the ending. Now at the ending, go to basic, set the scale up to 150. Okay. Then add a graph which will be ease out 2. So after this, it should look pretty good. Something like this. If you are satisfied, move on to the next split transition. So for this, we have to set the layer of it. So we'll go into the layer option and we will bring it to the front. After this, we have to set the scale of this, because for this we will use zoom out effect. So for that we'll go to the basic and we will set the scale up to 115. Then split it from here. After that, go to the mask and we'll select the horizontal one over here and we'll go to the rotation and set the rotation up to 90. Okay. Now after this, add feather which will be 1. Then make a duplicate copy of this overlay, drag it just right under it, then click on this overlay. After adjusting, go to the mask, and after going to the mask, click the invert option so we can get that opposite part. Then we have to like move it. So for that, go to the ending of this overlay, add a keyframe in the both ending like this, then go to the starting, and for the starting drag it to the right side, and for the this overlay drag it to the left side like this by your thumb. After this, we have to add graph. The graph we are using here is ease out 2. Make sure you add graph in both of the overlays. After doing this, make copy of each one of them, like one copy of the above and one copy of the below, both of them, and drag it just right under it like this. After adding these overlays, come to the main one, this one. For this, we'll go to the starting, go to the mask, and at the starting, we'll set the feather up to 5, and at the ending, we'll set the feather up to 5. Now do the same for the next overlay. Set the feather up to 5 at the ending, and also at the starting, set the feather up to 5. Just like this. Then what we will do, we have to adjust the graph of this so we can get that like black aura at the behind. Go to adjustment, set the white graph like this so we can get it to the black one. Do the same for the next overlay. After doing this, you can see that I am getting a little bit of like grayish black type of aura when we are doing the split. Then go to the main overlay, add a keyframe at the starting, add a keyframe at the ending. At the ending, set the scale up to 100 so we can get that movement. Then we will add graph, which will be ease out 2. As you can see, now it's looking pretty good. This is a second. This was the first one, the triangle one. This is another type of split transition. Now we'll make one more type of split transition. So for that, go into this overlay, split it from the beat where you want it. Then go to the mask. Sorry, first we'll set the layer, and after setting the layer, we will split it on the keyframe. Then we'll click on the splitted part and we'll go into the mask and we'll set the horizontal like this, and we will add the feather. Then make a duplicate copy of this, drag it just right under the split overlay or the split part. Then go to mask and click on the invert option. After doing this, we will add a keyframe at the ending, and we will go to the starting and we will add a keyframe and drag the overlay just right above it. Now do the same for the next one. Add a keyframe at the ending, add a keyframe at the starting, and at the starting, drag it downside so we can get the split transition over here just like this. After this, we have to make duplicate copies of these. Make a copy, drag it right under it. Make another copy, drag it just right under it like this. After adding it, click on this overlay, go to the ending, go to mask, go to adjustment, and set the feather up to 5. And do the same for the next one. At the starting, adjustment, set the feather up to 5. Do the same for the next overlay. At the starting, set the feather up to 5, and at the endings, feather will be 5. After doing this, we will have to also adjust the graph of it. So for that, we'll go to the graph and set the white graph like this so we can get that black effect. Do the same for the next overlay. Now you can see we are getting the blackish gray aura behind the split transitions. After like adjusting these, make sure you are satisfied by your movement. We will add graph, ease out 2 graph. Make sure you add the graph on each overlay. Then we will come to the main video, which will be this one. Add a keyframe at the starting, add a keyframe at the ending, go to the basic, and at the basic, set the scale up to 115. Then add graph, which will be ease out 2. Now you can see we have done 3 types of split transitions. You can also reuse in the inverse way depending on you. Now for the last one, We will do a cross split transition over here. So for that, first we have to like adjust the layer. If the layer is adjusted, split it from the beat, go to mask, set the like we'll select the horizontal mask and we'll set the rotation according to our need. As you can see, I have rotated up to 53 so we can get that split. Then make a duplicate copy of it, drag it just right under the splitted overlay, then go to the mask and click on the invert option, add feather 1. Make sure you add feather in both of these overlay, which will be 1 1. After that, we will make sure you are like having a correct and accurate overlays just right under it. Then at the ending, we will add a keyframe. But actually I did a mistake, which was I have to increase the scale first up to 115. So I'm just adjusting that, increasing the scale of all three overlays that I have over here. Then I will go to the ending. At the ending, add a keyframe at the starting, add a keyframe at the starting. Drag it to in the diagonal way, like in the corner, top corner of this, so we can get this movement, and do the same for the next one, but in the opposite direction. Add a keyframe at the ending and add a keyframe at the starting. At the starting, drag it to the downside corner. Then we will add graph, which will be ease out to graph. After adding these graph, make sure you are satisfied by the movement of them. Then make one copy of each splitted overlay, just like this. Click on the overlay, duplicate it, drag it just right under it. Then make up another copy of this overlay, drag it right under it, and make sure you are adjusting it properly so you don't get any kind of misadjustment in the movement of them. Then go to this overlay at the ending, go to mask, go to feather and set the feather up to 5. Now do the same for the starting, set the feather up to 5. Go to the next overlay at the ending, set the feather up to 5. At the starting, set the feather up to 5 of the same overlay. Okay. Now we'll go to the adjustment, we'll go to the graph and we'll set the white graph like this. Now do the same for the next one. Go to adjustment, set the white graph like this. So we can get this uh, aura behind the split transition. After adjusting this, we have to like set the like what we can say main video, add a keyframe at the starting and add a keyframe at the ending, and at the ending drag it downside, set the scale up to 100 depending on you, then add graph in them, and after completing that your video is almost completed. But if you want to learn how I added those effects, I have also made a tutorial for that, so make sure you watch it continuously. So for the effect that I have used in my edit are these. First, we'll go to the video effects, then we'll go to the glitch, and we will add the glitch effect over here, just like this. Then we'll set the object to all videos and adjust it like this. Make sure to adjust it properly. After that, what we will do, we will go to the nightclub and we'll select the we'll go to the open and close. We'll select the oblique blur effect over here. We'll add that effect. Object will be all videos. Then what we will do, we'll set blur and rotation will to 0. Add a keyframe at the starting, add a keyframe at the ending. Now go to the center of it where we have the beat, that set the blur and rotation up to 100. Then again go to the nightclub, select the shake effect over here, set the object to all videos, then adjust it like this. Then go to the adjustment of this, set speed and intensity up to 0, add a keyframe at the ending of this effect, add a keyframe at the starting of this effect. Then go to the center of it, set the speed, at the center, set the speed up to 100 and intensity will be 70. After adding these two effects, what we have to do, we also have to add one more effect which will like give an good effect, like the shadow effect that we want. So for that, go and search astral and add that effect like this. Set the object to all videos, then adjust the duration of this But we have to do one more thing. We have to set the speed up to 30, then adjust it like this. Make sure it's starting from the beat so we can get that shadow effect on the like transition that we having. Then just copy paste these overlays, or sorry, copy paste this effect under each beat, and like enjoy it, enjoy the process, and make sure you are doing it properly, and you must be satisfied by the movement. Make sure the movement are also smoother, and I hope you all will have learned something new. But if you want to add CC in it, you can also add CC depending on you. But the thing is that I hope that you all guys have understand how we can do multiple type of split transition. Then export your video, and we will meet in the next video. Till then, peace out.